Hi and welcome to this new video tutorial. We're going to see today how quickly and simply we can create an OCR app. OCR means optical character recognition. So it means if we take some text, for example, from this book, the OCR, it means recognizing what's written inside this book. There are many ways we can approach this, but all of them follow these simple steps. So first of all, from this entire video or image, we need to select only the area where the text is located, and then the engine is going to process what's written in this text. Let's jump right away into the coding part to understand better how it works. As I said before, the OCR detection is done in two simple steps. The first one is from the entire image, only select the area where the text is located, first step. And second step, when we have that area selected, then we can send that specific area to the OCR engine. I'm not going to focus a lot on the first step, as it's not my goal on this video. I want to focus more on the engine, so I'm going to take some image of the book and then we will focus mostly on the OCR. So let's start importing the libraries. Import CV2 which is OpenCV, then we import numpy as an NP, which is the library to process arrays, and we will see how to use that later if we need it. And then we're going to load the image. img is equals to cv2.im read, and I have an image screenshot.jpg, which is an image I just took from the book I had here. And now let's go into show this image to see what we have. cv2.im show emg and then emg. Now a wait key event to keep the image open, so it will keep the window on hold until we press some key. cv2.wait key 0, and then cv2.destroy all windows. And now to see and verify that everything is correct, we can run the script and we should see some image on the screen. And I don't see anything. cv2.im show emg screen. Okay, screenshot, a typo, the end was missing, so let's run it again. Okay, so this is the text I took from the book. So it was a picture I took before, and we want to read the text from this book. What we could do with OpenCV is to cut the image only to the part where we want to focus on the text. For example, this one on the left page is another page we don't want to focus on, also because it's not clear what is written there. And only we want to focus on this, the title and text below. So first operation, let's cut the image. I'm going to see the size of the image. So okay, cutting image, print emg.shape. So with this we can see the size, and the size is 1080 of height and 1020 of width, which is the size of a full HD screen. And so let's take only this part, which I guess is around 80% of the screen. So like from 0 of the X to around 20%, there is nothing. We want on, so we can cut this part and we can keep all the height. So simply from this we have height, width, and then the channels of the image, which we don't need, so just put underscore. Of course you see image 3 channels because it's a color image. And then we want to take an ROI, which is a region of interest, so we are cutting the part that we only want. So from image we take we select the height from 0 to the full height, we don't cut anything. from the image, from the width, we take starting from, we know that the width is around 1020. We need to take out around 20%, so let's start from pixel 400 to the full width, and now let's show the ROI. And ROI. Okay, this is the ROI, and that's exactly what we want. Now it's the part regarding the engine. So we want to focus on the engine. There are many ways we could approach this as well, and also there are many libraries that can process this information for us. But what I'm going to do today is to use some external services through the API. So basically we will send the image to some external server. The external server will return us the information telling us what's in it. And there are many services that offer API, and I found a nice one which is also for free, so you can use this one. Which is ocr.space. I want to clarify that I don't have any business partnership with them. I just found this one, and it was quite good, so that's why I'm sharing this with you. And when you go on this website, then you go on free OCR API, and they offer API and for different languages. So we have also Python, but different languages which all connected to the same endpoint website. This one, API OCRspace parse image. So let's now work with this. Now we're going to dive more into this API and to understand how it works. In few words, we're going to first take this image that we loaded here, and we are going then to send the image through the API to this website right here, specifying some post parameters, which are these ones. So first of all, we need to say the API key. The API key, you can get it by signing up on the website, so you can get access to the website. You can define the language of the text. If you don't do that, it will be as default the English one. And then there are many other parameters which we will not focus on today, but for example, there is overlay, so you will also get the location where the text was detected. Detect the orientation, so for example, if you have the text reverse, so if you want, you can detect the orientation through the API, and some other settings. So let's start with this. First, we need to import a new library which is requests. Import requests, and request is just the library for Python that is commonly used for the API to send some post requests to the API. And this library, it's not on Python by default, so you should install this one. And then here we can run our OCR. So first thing, let's take the URL API where we want to send our image to, and the URL API is this one, and we put it here. Then we can send the request.post, and then we want to send to this URL API, and then the files is equals to the name of the file. So we have screenshot.jpg, and then here we need to pass the file bytes, and then we need to send the data. So let's do it this way, and then data which is equals to the OCR endpoints. So we want to send the API key, and I have my API key. I'm not going to put it here because I don't want to make it public. You should do the installation yourself to get an API key. So if you want to get this key, you should go on this page, ocr.space / OCR API, and then get your API key. And also here is the link, register for API key. When you have the free version, you have up to 25,000 requests per month, which is a lot considering it's for free. Then if you want to use the service with more advanced features, for example, greater size limit of the image that you want to send and more images, then in that case you can use the paid version. Okay, at this point there is one thing that you might have noticed about file bytes. When we load the image with OpenCV, the image is converted to NumPy array. So if we print EMG and we run it, this is our image. So each one of these is a pixel in the image. This is the red color BGR, so blue color, green color, and red color, and so for each single pixel. But when we want to send the image to the API, we must send the image in bytes, and also we want to compress the image so that the image isn't too big to send it via this URL, as we have a limit of 1 megabyte with the free version. So let's do that using OpenCV. First, we're going to convert the image to compress the image, and then second, we're going to convert it into bytes. So we have result. Actually, we don't need this underscore, and then compressed image is equals to cv2.im encode. Then we're going to encode the image in JPG format. We're going to do this with the ROI, so we are not taking the image, the full image at the beginning, but the ROI, so the part that we cut later. ROI, and then we need to specify the parameters. This one is 1, which in this case means that we are compressing it with JPG, and 90 is the quality. So don't focus too much on this. This is just some values about the compression. And now, after we have the image compressed, let's convert it into a byte, into bytes. So I'm going to import a new library, import IO, which must be by default on Python. So if you import IO, you should already have it without installing anything else. At least I guess, I'm not sure right now. So if you don't get any error, if you import IO and you don't see any error here, so IO is there. Otherwise, just install IO. That's all. And from IO, then we have file bytes is equals io.bytes IO, then enc emg. No, sorry, and then on the bytes we want to put the compressed image, and here result, and now let's print the result. Okay, we have some error somewhere. API key. Okay. The error is somewhere in this line request post, and so first we have URL, then files, screenshot.jpg. Okay, this is a dictionary. First is the key and then is the value, but we don't have to use the comma. And that should be it. So there was a mistake on line 18 in my case. Let's see what we get now. Response 200. Okay, we got some response from the server. So we sent the image, we got some response 200, which means that we got some responses. If we get, for example, 403 or some other number, it means there is some error. We have the result, but then we need to read the result. So result.content.decode, and let's read this. Let's try again, restarting the code. Okay, this is what the website ocr.space returned to us when we sent the image. This is a dictionary, and here it says parsed results. Then we have here the response for the settings. But what we are interested is to see the message that we got. So let's go there. Text overlay, text orientation, parsed text. The information revolution has a long way to run. So if we take a look at the image, the information revolution has a long way to run, so at least the first line was correct. But what we would like to do right now is to extract the information from this text. So if we call this result, this should be a dictionary, but if we check print result, if we print type and then result, we see that class str, which means it's just a string. So to do the things properly, we need to put the results into a dictionary. So what is a dictionary in Python is a JSON format. So we import JSON, and then would be result equals to json.loads, and then we put result. So we're going to convert the string into a dictionary so that later we can easily extract everything we need, result. And now you will understand, if you're not that familiar with Python arrays and dictionaries, strings, why it's necessary for us to convert this into dictionary. If this was just a text, we would have to go and search for our location about parsed text. While when we convert this to a dictionary, we can extract the information. So parsed, this one, parsed results, or we can simply say OC text detected. So from the dictionary, we want to get result.get. We want to get everything that it's inside, so it's inside parsed result. So let's do this. So this is the dictionary, and we're going to take the value of this k. So let's try to print text detected. Now we are inside these parsed results, and it seems that now there is an array and then there is another dictionary. So let's go ahead and see what else we can see here inside. Okay, it looks like it's just an array with only one value. What do you do when you have an array with only one value? We can access that value just selecting the index. It's only one, so the first one is 0. So we access 0. When we access this array, we are here inside, and now we can get the other key. We have the text overlay. Then we have text orientation, and we have parse text. That's what we want. The parse text is simply the text of our image extracted. So get parsed text. And now, if everything is correct, we should see the text detected correctly. And I'm going to look if I find the same on the book. Information. Oh, okay, I don't remember the page. And here printed we have all the text. The information revolution has a long way to run, and till here is okay. The information revolution is the most subversive force business has ever known. The information revolution is the most subversive force business has ever known. Already the phenomenon of information power to the people. You can see how accurate this is, despite the fact that the text on this right side is a bit blurry. Before ending the video, I want just to try with some other image, and maybe let's change the language. So for example, on the data, we can add some other keys. So I go here below, and the other will be language. But to be sure, let's check here on the instructions page, language, and here are the values that we can use. So are the 3 letters, and I want to try with Chinese. I don't know the difference between traditional and simplified. I'm going to try both of them if first doesn't work. So let's try Chinese simplified. Chinese, and then I have somewhere a Chinese image of some book, kungfu.jpg, I guess, kungfu.jpg. So let's load this one, kungfu.jpg, and the ROI is going to be now the entire image. So I'm going to comment this one, simply ROI is equals CMG, and now I'm going to run it. Okay, this is the book we're going to read, and I don't see any text detected. Okay, there is no text detected, so in this case we might have had some errors. So we can try to see the parsed results. So let's do parsed. Let's split it this way so that we can analyze better the results. And here the text detected is from parsed results.get. So let's just print the parsed results. error message, error details, simply doesn't detect any text. So we could try changing something. For example, instead of Chinese simplify, let's try with traditional one, CHT, and I'm guessing it is Chinese at this point. It looks like, but I'm not sure. And now even worse, probably we don't get anything. We can just print result. Okay, I get some error response 403 results dot content dot decode. Okay, you may perform this action up maximum to 10 times within it means 86,400 seconds, which is a day. So when you don't have the API, you have a limit only of 10 per day. So that's why now we're getting some error. So let me put my API, which I'm not going to show you, by the way. I will put the API and I will run again the test. Okay, text overlay not text not provided, file parse text. Okay, here we have some detection. So finally we are able to detect some text. Let's see if it's the same of the book I have. So this is the book, and let's see. I don't know, probably it looks like this one is from this, and it looks fine. This one is exactly the same of the book. And maybe if some Chinese is looking at this video and you can comment, it will be highly appreciated, so that we everyone can understand if the detection was correct. This is all regarding the API and OCR detection. I might release some other video regarding OCR, but with your own engine. And this is all. If you want to stay updated, I'm going to release soon some new video about something regarding computer vision.